What if, right now, a deer is watching you, and to them you look like a walking fire? Not a person, not a threat with a face, just a shifting blob of heat, moving through the trees. That's not a metaphor. That's biology. Because the truth is, the way you see the world is not the way the world sees you. Every animal on this planet is looking at you through a completely different lens. Some see you in colors you can't imagine. Some don't see you at all. They smell you coming from a mile away. Some feel you before you even take a step. Today we're going to put on their eyes, their noses, their skin. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at a wild animal the same way again, because you'll realize you're the wild card in their world. Here's the first thing to understand. Eyes are not universal. They evolved for one purpose only: survival. Not beauty. Not truth. Survival. A hawk didn't develop incredible eyesight to admire a sunset. It developed it to spot a mouse from 300 meters in the air. A shark didn't evolve to sense electricity for fun. It did it to find a heartbeat hidden under sand. Every sense you're about to learn about was built by millions of years of one brutal question. How do I not die today? And that question shaped how they see you. So let's start with the ones who see you as something to hunt. Take a pit viper, a rattlesnake, for example. It doesn't just have eyes. It has a second set of eyes entirely made of heat. Small pits near its nostrils detect temperature differences of just 0.001 degrees Celsius. That means when you walk past one in the dark, it doesn't see a person. It sees a moving column of warmth, legs brighter than arms, face glowing brightest of all. You're not a human to a snake. You're a heat signature with a pulse. Now compare that to a cat. House cat or mountain lion, same rules apply. Their eyes are built for motion, not detail. A tiger can spot the flick of a tail in near total darkness, but if you stood completely still 20 meters away, some cats would struggle to tell you apart from a rock. To a predator with this kind of vision, stillness makes you disappear. Movement makes you a target. That's why the don't run from a bear advice isn't just about outrunning it. It's about not becoming interesting to eyes built to lock onto motion. Now flip the script. You're not the hunter anymore. To a deer, you're the danger. A deer's eyes sit on the sides of its head, giving it a field of view of almost 310 degrees. They can practically see behind themselves without turning. But here's the twist. Deer see the world in a completely different color palette than we do. They see strong blues and yellows, but reds and oranges appear dull, grayish, almost invisible. That bright orange hunting vest? To a deer, it might look like a dull gray blob against the trees. Even stranger, many herbivores and even insects can see ultraviolet light. A flower that looks plain white to you might look like a glowing bullseye to a bee, pointing directly at the nectar. So to these animals, you're not just a shape. You're a strange, dull-colored creature moving in a world that's far more vivid than the one you can see. Now let's turn off the eyes completely, because for a lot of animals, sight is the least important sense they have. A dog has around 300 million smell receptors. You have about 6 million. That means a dog doesn't just smell a person, it smells layers. Sweat, soap, what you ate for breakfast, even subtle chemical changes linked to stress or illness. To a dog, you're not a face. You're a walking chemical signature, unique as a fingerprint. Sharks take this even further. They have organs called the ampullae of Lorenzini, tiny sensors that detect electrical fields as weak as 5 billionths of a volt. Every living creature's heartbeat gives off a faint electric pulse. A shark can find you in murky water without seeing or smelling you, just by feeling your heartbeat in the water itself. And elephants? They hear through their feet. Specialized cells in their foot pads pick up vibrations traveling through the ground, letting them sense other elephants or approaching danger from kilometers away. So while you're standing there thinking you're being quiet, to some animals you were never invisible. You were just loud in a way you can't hear. Now, for the perception that doesn't have a human equivalent at all, bats don't really see you in the way we understand it. They build a 3D map of you using sound, sending out pulses and reading the echoes bouncing back. To a bat, you're not an image. You're a shape made of returning sound waves. Your size, distance, even your texture, translated into echo. Some birds go even further. Certain species, like the European robin, can actually see Earth's magnetic field, believed to be a chemical reaction happening in their eyes that lets them sense direction as a visual overlay. And then there's the mantis shrimp, arguably the strangest eyes in the animal kingdom. While you have 3 types of color receptors, the mantis shrimp has up to 16. It can see ultraviolet, infrared, and polarized light. Colors and light patterns that don't even have names in human language. If a mantis shrimp could describe how it sees you, we genuinely might not understand the answer. So here's the uncomfortable truth we started with. To a snake, you're heat. To a deer, you're a dull gray shape in a colorful world. To a dog, you're a cloud of chemicals. To a shark, you're a heartbeat in the water. To a bat, you're an echo. To a mantis shrimp, you might be something we don't even have a word for. Human is not a fixed, universal identity. It's just one interpretation. Yours. Out there in the wild, you're not the main character. You're just another signal. Heat, sound, smell, vibration. Being read by something whose whole world looks nothing like yours. And maybe that's the real lesson here. We spend so much time assuming we're at the center of how the world sees things. But nature has never agreed with that.